based on the numbers. What do you think?
Yeah.
Well, we've come to my part of the show tonight, and it's called the breakdown. I break down what's happening in the NFL, and this week it's the early playoff prediction picture, which here is a graphic to show you the AFC and NFC. The playoffs are determined, just so you know if you don't know, by a team's regular season performance, with the top 7 teams from each of the 2 conferences advancing. Seeds 1 through 4 are the division winners by regular season record, and the seeds 5 through 7 are the wild card teams, consisting of the 3 non-divisional division winning teams with the best records in the conference. So currently, surprise, surprise, in the AFC, we have the Indianapolis Colts currently at the number 1 seed with a record of 6-1. So typically, if the playoffs were to happen now, they'd get the first week bye and be able to sit and wait it out and see who wins next. And then we have the number 2 New England Patriots. So Mike Vrabel has brought this team back to somewhat of a dominance, and he has Drake May looking like the next Tom Brady in New England right now, playing very, very well, going against the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are 4-3. Then we go to who we just talked about, Mr. Sean Payton's Denver Broncos at the 3 seed at 5-2, going up against who's currently playing on Thursday night, the Los Angeles Chargers, who are 4-3. And then we have our sneaky little Mike Tomlin always has the best winning record every season consistently. The Pittsburgh Steelers at number 4 at 4-2 against Janae's massive piece of magic, Mr. Josh Allen's Buffalo Bills at the 5 seed, and they are 4-2. So right now, the AFC is definitely the Indianapolis's Colts to lose that seed, but they're playing really well. Indiana Jones, as they call Danny Dimes, is playing exceptionally well with Jonathan Taylor and everyone up in Indianapolis. So the AFC is, if it was to happen now, and there's a lot of shakeups. You don't see some of the normal teams from the AFC in there. There's no Chiefs. There's no Ravens. There's no a lot of the teams we're used to seeing. I mean, when's the last time we've seen New England in the playoff picture? When's the last time we've seen Indianapolis in the playoff picture? So we swing to the NFC, which, God help us, Delilah, it's the Green Bay Packers.
That one, the NFC looks about the same.
Why? That puts them in the number 1 driving spot in the NFC for the playoff picture. And they would get the bye for the first round and sit out and wait and see what happens next, going against the number 2 San Francisco 49ers, taking on Matthew Stafford and the LA Rams at the 7 seed. And then we move on to the defending Super Bowl champions, the Philadelphia Eagles, have had a little fall from grace. They always were at the top. They're the 3 seed taking on the Seattle Seahawks. They're all of a sudden back in this major playoff picture out there with Mr. Sam Darnold, who just seems to keep on chugging in the league. And then we go to the game that just happened on Monday night. It would be a rematch between the number 5 seed, my Detroit Lions, taking on Mr. Baker Mayfield and number 4 seed, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I know, Nicole, we don't want that.
Sorry, it's a reaction.
Stuff, right?
Hey, I just don't see how the Bucs don't win that division. No offense to the other teams in there.
Yeah, they are the dominant team right now. But looking forward, the Lions really, out of all of them, have the toughest remaining schedule based on combined winning percentages of the teams currently seated in the playoff picture right now in their remaining opponents. They still need to play Green Bay at home, Philadelphia away, Los Angeles Rams away, the Steelers at home, and the Chicago Bears away. And those are the one challenging games that they show for the Lions having the toughest route to the playoffs and staying in the playoff picture. But Janae, you're not with us tonight, but we do take on your lovely Cowboys at home. We take on your Dem Boys.
I have a question.
But
Do you know who's in the hunt?
the hunt, there's some teams in the hunt. Like you could put Dallas in the hunt in the NFC. You could put like even in the AFC, you could put the Chiefs are in the hunt because they're on a winning streak and on the uptick. So those are some of the teams on either side that could be iffy teams if they keep winning and keep getting the refs to help them out every single game and bail them out. But we won't go there. So like that's your early playoff picture, and I'm really liking that I'm seeing some different teams. Some of the same teams, but to see like the Chiefs that were dominating the Super Bowls. Champions not in there. That's new. To not see the Ravens for once in the playoff picture, that's shocking and new.
True.
But they're
actually seeing the Bills as a 5 seed is a
I
shock,
know.
too.
And if you don't know, like if for chance, like when it is week 2, they kind of go through a reseeding depending on who wins and loses. And the Colts would definitely take on whoever the lowest seed team is after that first week of the other teams playing. So if you didn't know that, it's they kind of almost reseed each other, and they'll take on the lowest seed team. And with many of the teams with the same record, because you saw a lot of 4-3 and 5-2 teams, with the same record, many steps are taken to determine seeding in the ties, as they call them, and head-to-head competition results go into those things through like divisional record, conference record, strength of victories, and strength of scheduling is how they seeded some of the teams with the 5-2 and 4-3 records.
Right.
And then if a tie with a similar record is still not resolved, the tie is broken by the rankings and points scored and allowed. And funny enough, there have been times where they have actually used a coin toss to determine seeding when it was so tied up. So that is the playoff picture. That's kind of how we decide seeding. That's how we decide who plays who. That is your early, after week 7, the early playoff picture. We'll see what happens the remaining of the season, but there is your breakdown.
Thanks for explaining though the seeding, right? Because I feel like not a lot of people know that. So thanks for that's cool.
Yeah, I wanted to give a little educational piece, and I plan on doing that going forward with the breakdown, so people who may not understand, and you're in the know. So there's the breakdown. There's your picture. So right now, who knows what's going to happen? I will give you an update in a few more weeks, and we'll look at the playoff picture again.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you. I love that. I like the AFC. That looks like very different. Yeah.
I know. I do.
No, it looks like the AFC. It looks like the AFC from 10, 15 years ago. I mean, you asked the question. I was going to jump in, but you were still going. But Andrew, that's like Andrew Luck in Indianapolis and Tom Brady in New England is what I'm looking at. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. And everything is back full circle.
Any commentary before we move on?
I just have to say,
No, go ahead.
No,
go ahead, Nicole. No.
I'm just saying I did some circling of math, and we got the Saints have, out of the next 10 games, the Saints have 6 divisional games with the Falcons, you sir over there, and the Bucks. And I think that out of those 6 divisional games, and the Carolina Panthers. So I think that it's in our best interest that we're going to make the Bucks lose so that the Panthers can climb ahead.
You know what? That would be kind of cool, actually. No offense.
Or the Falcons. You guys can do
I gotta say, the Panthers, no offense, but seeing the Panthers kind of charge back is kind of cool in that division.
Yeah.
But anyway,
So
I also like their colors because
they're pretty, aren't they?
It's kind of
my MJ,
it's been
he
kind
wore
of a
those
light.
colors because he went to Mr. Sean Spencer's alma mater. So
Right.
So
So
Atlanta
there,
Falcons. I'd rather you guys take it too. Anything but the Bucks.
so there's the breakdown, and with that, we're gonna move on to one of our more newer segments, and we're gonna move on to She Got Game.
Yes, that's right. Who's got game? She's got game. Who's got game? She's got game. That's right. That's what I'm gonna name this whole entire segment because here at the Ladies Takeover, we do talk about football.
That's
And
right.
it's Nicole.
Hello, and yeah, we got game all around,
I love it.
and thank you. I'm just excited. I've been having such a great time today that yeah. So the segment that I like to do is She's Got Game, where I pick a female athlete or a woman in the sports that we do, whether it's in management, off the field, on the field, and could be about football, could be about anything else. So lately, I've kind of gone on a WNBA kick. Since I don't know if you guys saw all of the videos with the recent championship win with the Vegas Aces, but that's been a lot of fun. And as well, on looking forward to the 2026 season, I don't know if you guys heard, but Toronto and Canada is getting in the game for the WNBA with the expansion of their Toronto tempo. So I'm really, really excited. And the news just broke about Sandy Brondello. So she is going to be coming on to the Toronto Tempos. So what does that mean? And I want to talk to her about her resume and also too her upbringing. So she's just not a coach; she's certified basketball legend. Her career is built on foundation of winning, a journey that spans decades, 3 decades to be exact, and 2 continents, starting all the way back in Australia. Actually, that'll be almost 3 then. So before even picking up a clipboard, she was an elite player playing in an Australian team, the national team, Australian Opals. The national team represented her country in 4 different Olympic games and brought home 3 medals, including 2 silvers. I'm going with a 3 and 2 here. So she was a prolific sharpshooter in the WNBA, making her an all-star team. So in 1999, during her playing career, she also went with the Detroit Shock, Miami Soul, and Seattle Storm. Let alone now, let's talk about her coaching resume. So she's been racking up wins and titles and accolades at every stop. She is a 2-timing WNBA championship head coach, leading the Phoenix Mercury to the title in her first season in 2014, which earned her the WNBA basketball coach year honors. She was at the helm with the New York Liberty, whom she guided their first championship in franchise history in 2024. That was just last year. All right. She has 2 titles with 2 different organizations, showcasing an incredible ability to build championship culture from the ground up and to coach diverse superstar level talent. She's more just than a coach. It's a massive statement. They haven't even played a game yet, but they immediately hired one of the most respectful and successful coaches in the entire league. The hire is a commitment to excellence and desire to be competitive. Sandy Brondel's journey is truly an inspiration, and we're all excited to watch her write the next chapter with her legendary career in Toronto, Canada.
Hey, I'm excited. I'm so happy. Oh my God. Listen, I'm excited to see the expansion. I know you guys have the Raptors up there, so it's kind of cool that you have the WNBA team. And a lot of us were shocked that the Liberty let her go. But you know what? Good for you.
Yeah.
Because we were like, but they won a championship. But anyway, you know what? The people.
I'm excited.
Yeah. So, Kate, I can't hear you.
I thought the same thing.
Yeah, I thought that was
but
crazy.
you know what? When Holly Rowe, who is my favorite female like sports analyst, announcer, interviewer, like chimed in today on Twitter and said what a great hire that is for the Tempo and how excited she was. I was like, yeah, if Holly Rowe's behind all this, I'm behind it because Holly's my girl.
Yeah.
I love me some Holly Rowe.
I
She has
started
an
looking at
amazing
the
story
merch.
also.
Oh, you've got a good coach, ma'am. Like honestly, if for an expansion team,
oh yeah,
you got a good one.
She's gonna be amazing.
But yeah, she's got game and she's got a whole bunch of game. I'm excited.
Woo!
Yeah.
I can't wait. Listen, I'm excited. In Chicago, down the street, we have. So I don't know if you know, which I think we reported about. I think I reported about this, or one of us did, about how there's a rise in women's sports bars, and so one opened not like 10 minutes from my house called Babes, and they're gonna have only women's sports, all of the games because do you know? Okay, I live in Chicago, and I don't know if you know this, but one of the last few teams that actually won a chip was our WNBA team, and they didn't get a lot of love. Okay, the Sky with Candace Parker, my girl, who also is an amazing announcer, won a chip with her home team because she's from Chicago. She won with her first one was with the Sparks, right? She played for LA, but. And so every time people say, oh, all our teams, it's like, well, no, because actually within the last 5 years, you did have a team that won a championship, but because you don't acknowledge women's sports, you don't really think about that team. But our WNBA team has a championship and there was a parade and everything.
Let's go.
So anyway, I'm excited. I love it. I know there's a lot of drama right now with stuff going on at the WNBA, but still I like to see the expansion. Because you know what? When organizations grow, it brings the drama. So honestly, I like that because that means we're doing something right. That means things are growing, right? That means revenue is growing. That means all that stuff that they used to tell us about, oh, you need to bring in the money. Well, we are now. So, and anyway, I'm excited. So I'm glad to see her. I can't wait to see what she does with your team next year. I can't wait to see more WNBA teams because the more, that's how we grow something, right?
Oh,
Again,
exactly.
I'm going back to NBA history. But there was a time when no one was watching the NBA. Okay, they weren't. They were not watching in the 80s. Two men came into the game, and there's all these movies. There's TV shows about them. Okay, Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. Now, yes, were there awesome players before that in the 70s? Yeah, of course. Well, Chamberlain. Right now, I'm not. Dr. J. Right, we know that. However, when it got into the 80s, no one was watching. And Larry Bird came in and Magic Johnson, and they changed basketball because all of a sudden people start tuning in and choosing sides. That's what's happening now with the WNBA. Yes, of course they have peaks, but the growth with all these young talents, right, coming up, Paige Bucker's in there now, Caitlin Clark is in there, right? Yep. And so we're seeing all these names, right? All these different talented ladies. And yeah, you're going to create a lot of friction. And so, you know what? Let's bring it so we can be just as dramatic as the men. Let's do it. Anyway, thank you for bringing that to us, Nicole.
Absolutely. Tune in next Thursday.
And now for our inaugural segment that we brought on this week, thanks to our lovely co-host, Nicole, wanting to talk about this topic. Let's introduce our next segment about
rivalries are the heartbeat of sports. That's what makes the games bigger than just a scoreboard. When two teams with a history line up, it's not just winning, it's about pride, bragging rights. Who gets to hold the upper hand, right? Until next time, rivalries crank up the intensity, keep players motivated, give fans edge of your seat experiences, right? It's not, and when it comes to football, it's not just X's and O's. It makes it personal because football rivalries can go pretty deep.
Yeah.
Miss Delilah, bring us your rivalry.
All right. In honor of my co-host here, Miss Nicole, and it just so happens that I have two co-hosts tonight. The two teams are in the same division, and it was happenstance. It was the universe aligned. And so I chose the Saints and Bucks because they do play each other. It's a division rivalry, right? It's an important game, as Nicole was mentioned with her math board.
Yeah.
So, important games. And so, anyway, so I just wanted to go into that rivalry. It's a little newer than some, because people know teams moved around as we know. I don't want to say as we know, but divisions have changed for many, many years. There's always a lot of change ups, Nicole. And so they weren't always in the same division. It's a whole bunch of stuff. But anyway, so Saints and Bucks. It's the battle of the Gulf Coast, right? Two Southern powerhouses trading punches for bragging rights, pride, who will top the NFC South. When the Saints and Bucks meet, it's not just football, right? It's personal. It gets down to that. So when did they first play each other? It wasn't until December 11th, 1977, because Tampa Bay is an expansion team, right? When they say that, it means they weren't around during the original, which when I did my show, right, history and diversity, I spent a lot of time. I'm a history nerd, and I've had a few different segments, which is why I love the rivalries part. Thank you, because I get to dive in a little bit into my history stuff. But anyway, so Tampa, so anyway, sorry. So December 11th, 1977, Tampa finally snapped. It's because at that time, they were bad as an expansion team. Again, sometimes it happens. And so they were, they lost 26 games in a row. Like, it was bad. It was not a good start. And unfortunately, their debut win was against the Saints, 33-14. So 33-14, December 11th, 1977, they finally got their first ever franchise win at the expense of NOLA. So it was definitely dramatic. Since then, they faced each other 67 times, including the playoffs. The series goes to the Saints, by the way, just so you know, just in numbers, 40-27, holding bragging rights across both eras. The old NFC West days, and that's what I was trying to explain, Nicole. So the old NFC West days, and then now the NFC South battles since 2002, when, again, they restructured stuff, because before they were on the West, but now they were put in the NFC South. So since 2002, that's why they play each other twice a year. Before, they didn't play as often, but they still had a rivalry going because of where they were located. And they never forget those losses. They've only met once though in the playoffs, and that was when the Drew Brees final game. He was handed a loss. Yeah, he was handed a loss, 30-20 by Kate's favorite player. Tom Brady's Bucks took down Drew Brees and the Saints 30-20 in what turned out to be Brees' final game. By the way, look up Drew Brees, Nicole. He's great. Trust me, he's fine. Okay, he's legendary. We can't take away.
It's an incredible story.
So he's got tons of accolades. So you know what I'm saying? Just want to make sure you know that. From the 2000s to 2010s, the Saints owned the rivalry. They had won 7 straight from 2011 to 2014, basically beating the Bucks all the time. Then that's when the streak started kind of evening out, right? Again, it started with Tom Brady winning 5 of the last 8, including 51-27 in 2024 last year. With Mr. Mayfield, who carried on the winning streak. The biggest blowouts, the Saints dropped a 41-0 shutout in 2012. So in 2012, your Saints shut down the Bucks 41-0. But then the Bucks had a payback game in 2001, 48-21. Not the same because it wasn't 0, but still 48-21. Tight finishes. More than half of their games have been decided, by the way, by a single score. And most of those games came down to the final 2 minutes. And that's what we talk about rivalry. It came down to the final 2 minutes. The dome drama. New Orleans is 21-15 against Tampa in the Superdome. I don't know where they're playing next week. The Saints fans treat every Bucks visit like it's Mardi Gras.
That I can vouch for. I've been there.
Yeah, exactly. So great vibes in that part. And then the Tampa twist, the Bucks' longest streak, just 3 straight wins. But they do make those count. So this Sunday, it'll be the 68th time that they play each other. And so who knows? But again, that's why I like covering rivalries. Let's see how it goes. I don't know where are they playing in NOLA or in Tampa?
They are going to be, well, it looks at our, we got home base.
There you go. You have an advantage because apparently
Yes.
good. So it's possible your team might have 2 wins after
I don't know. Both.
Like when the Saints are playing at peak performance, that dome is a hard.
It really is hard. Yeah, it is. It is.
And you got the whole crowd yelling, "Who that? Who that?" Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something, Anthony. When we went to New Orleans, we went first thing off the plane. We were planning to go to the Atlanta Falcons and New Orleans game, and we didn't.
Of course, here's our Bucks fan, our resident
and we
Bucks
picked
fan.
up everyone that was going to the game, the Atlanta game, and I'm there, the Canadian and Saints, and they were all chirping me, and I did not know what I was getting into, and I was like, "This is going to be a good game," and it was a good game.
Ben, are you calling Anthony a lady?
He always does
He
that.
He does the same thing on the round table.
But yeah, it is electric. But I did not know how close Atlanta and it's just a hop skip away.
Yeah. But there you go. There's your rivalry, Nicole.
Yeah.
I hope you learned some stuff tonight. And here's our resident Bucks fan in the comments.
Of course.
Ben, sorry for your loss on Monday night, but it made my heart feel good.
Yes. Oh, okay. See the stat he's looking at, the one I just told you, right? Their current winning streak.
You weren't here. She just said it was 40-27. We have the title. I wrote it down.
Overtime, yes, you still have the edge.
We're gonna have to have Ben and Nicole go at it on the show, Bucks versus Saints.
I missed our NFC South. That was good.
That was a good
Alrighty.
show. All right, that was fun. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed that. I love rivalry.
Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Thanks, everybody.
So we are coming to the end of our show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for everyone tuning in, those in the comments. We appreciate all your participation tonight, but it is time to end the show with our very important segment. The ladies have the final say, where each one of us hosts will go around and share something from our heart, whether it be light and airy, deep and meaningful, or whatever is on our heart. So with that,
ladies have the final say. We have the final say. This is one of the parts of the show that's near and dear to our heart. We love that we get to actually promote positivity, just like every other show that we have on the network. We love positivity. And this time, we get to hear from 4 dynamic ladies about what we want to say for the final say. We hate to do it because it is our last segment, but we try to leave the show with some positivity, because that's how you should always do it. And this network always wants to promote love and positivity and whatever we just want to talk about.
alrighty. So with that, I'm going to let our guest host go first with his final say tonight. So Mr. Anthony, go ahead.
Today's climate, especially if you have any sort of social media whatsoever, it's kind of you get. I don't really have a personal experience to share, so I just share something I saw today that just kind of made me. It kind of got me in the feels. You think that you would get the impression that everybody's at each other's necks, everybody's at each other's throats. You know, I don't like this about you. I don't like this about you, etc. It was just a video of a guy who had a car was stopped in the middle of the road. Somebody tapped on the window, discovered that the guy was in distress. He was having a seizure. What happened after that was absolutely amazing. No less than 8-9 people tried to figure out how to get into this guy's vehicle. They were able to revive him. One lady was a nurse, and she stopped and checked all his vitals and everything and get him off the road. Now, that's not something that happened to me on a personal level, but it's just little things like that that you see that just give you some glimmer of hope that humanity is not completely lost in all the crap that we just keep, all the crap that is being pushed on us. Um, Through whether it be through social media or main mass media or whatever. Um, and it's like it's almost like seeing. Have you ever seen the pictures of the battlefield after like a country's at war,
Yes.
and then some photographer gets a picture of a beautiful flower growing up out of all of that mess?
Absolutely.
That's the same feel good that I got from this video. So it just made me, it just gave me a little. We get caught up in our day to day. We all talked about work when we got on here and how this and that and the third. And that just kind of gave me a little glimmer of hope that, humanity is not completely lost. And if there's any message that I would take away from that today, is just kind of try and remember whatever it is you believe in, or whatever it is that you believe in, or where you stand on anything. We are all in some way everybody's going through some sort of struggle, and just try and remain when the time comes when your fellow human really needs you to remember that, that they're human just like you are. And I mean, I've had people come to my rescue at times that I thought, I'm just gonna say it. I've had people that I knew for a fact were flat out did not care for me for the color of my skin. They were some of the first people that came to my aid when I really needed it. So just kind of try and remember your humanity. No matter what you stand on, don't ever forget your humanity. And that's what I'll leave you with.
Oh, I love that. Thank you. And it's true. No matter what anyone's going through or what we believe, be there for your fellow man. I really like that. Goes back to loving your neighbor as thyself.
Mhm.
So anyway, moving on, I'm going to go to Miss Delilah next with her final say.
I want to start again just by saying Happy Halloween, everybody. Dia de los Muertos, all the great holidays. A few days ago was Diwali. All the holidays that are happening right now. It is the holiday season. I don't care. I know people think it's November, December, but a lot of stuff happens in October, not just Halloween. But anyway, have fun, everybody. Be safe. Enjoy yourself. Whatever you're doing, just be safe and take care of yourself. And honestly, we need some joy, especially your neighbor to the south, Nicole. We need whatever you got going, man. We need you to sprinkle some fairy dust down here. But yeah, take care of yourselves. It's okay to take mental breaks. Be aware of what's happening, because I think it's important. Do not bury your head in the sand. Pay attention to what's happening around you. But also, it's okay to take mental breaks for your own self before you dive back into what's going on, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. Don't let people shame you in taking a quick break for yourself. Because how are you going to help your fellow neighbors if you're having a nervous breakdown? You cannot, right? So never let people think you're selfish when you take care of your well-being. Before you move, isn't that what the pilot says, or the flight attendant, when they're going over the instructions? You're supposed to give the mask to your child and the person next to you first before you put your oxygen mask. Think about it that way, right? Before you take your own, that just remember that. Put your oxygen in first before you give it to the other person. They always say that, because how are you going to help somebody else if you're suffocating? You cannot. Right? So please take care of yourself. Be aware. Do what you got to do. Take care of yourself. And yeah, happy Halloween, everybody.
Aw, love that. And Nicole, coming to you.
I'm just gonna keep it pretty light, of course, as always, light and fluffy. It was there. I gotta catch it, bring it back, and put it in my brain, and then I'm gonna say I had it there on the tip of my tongue. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. This is a learning show. Not only are we informative, we speak the drama, spill the tea, but I'm taking notes, and I hope everyone out there is taking notes too. Especially those Buck fans.
I love you.
Pew pew, shots fired.
I love it.
I have the final say. Like, but no, I loved this show, and you guys are informing me even of the drama of what happens. I'm learning all the time. With the rivalries, with the Thursday night footballs, Kate, with your analysis, with the She's Got Game, like I don't know, this is very informative, and I love this show. So that's what I wanted to say is you're learning something here every day, but mostly every second Thursday with us.
Aw, I love
Yeah,
you guys.
there you go.
And I guess what I have to say is never be afraid to take time to breathe. Just breathe. Sometimes we just need to take that deep breath and breathe it out. And that's what I'm trying to do lately because work's been a complete mess and disaster. And I'm trying to just learn to breathe and take each day as it comes and each challenge as it comes and know that in the end it's going to be okay. The sun comes out tomorrow. I keep thinking of that song from Annie all the time. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun.
Thank you, because that's what popped into my head. I
And
feel
so
so
anyway, just, don't take life so seriously all the time. Don't take each challenge as it's going to be the end of the world. And just breathe. Know the sun's going to come out, and it's going to be okay. I mean, what did Bob Marley tell us? Every little thing's going to be all right. So instead of stressing yourself out, because one night I came home and had the meltdown of all meltdowns, the panic attacks of all panic attacks, thought the world was ending. My poor mother is sitting there trying to console me and try to tell me it's going to be okay. You'll get through this. You're strong. You're gifted. You're talented. That work should be thankful to have you. And we got through it. But in the end, I had to really remember that, I have a God that loves me, and I have a God that's there and will help me endure through everything and anything. And that with prayer, everything is going to be okay. So just breathe, pray, and know that everything's going to be okay. And that is my final say.
Woo!
So just know it's going to be okay. No matter what comes, breathe and be okay. And with that, ladies and gentlemen,
that was good.
What? May I one more?
Was who said just? Is that Faith Hill that sang that song? Just
yes,
breathe.
Yes.
Breathe,
yes.
pray,
Song.
and everything's going to be okay. It all rhymes together. And so with that, my beautiful two lady co-hosts and my handsome gentleman to my corner.
Oh,
thank you.
Shucks.
Thank you for co-hosting.
This is where we're going to have to bid adieu for the next 2 weeks. Remember, we're every other week. We'll be back with more breakdowns, more She's Got Game, more rivalries, more drama, and more fun, because there's no better place to be on a Thursday night with us ladies than there. So with that, have a wonderful Halloween with your kiddos, your friends, your family, whoever you spend it with. Until then, next time, we bid adieu.
See you.
This show is a staple. I'm telling you, it's not too many shows. I don't really know any other show that has an all-woman panel talking about football.
No, we did it first here. LTF family.
Right here.
Woo!
You guys are witnessing the history right here. We're doing big things. And then look at us now. We may not have been able to start this show without Kate having this idea of an all-women show. And look at us now. We believed in this goal to make this show happen. So I'm excited to be here with you ladies and to promote positivity and love, because that's what I talk about it with Sean all the time. This is what this show is all about. This is what all the Let's Talk Football shows are about, is positivity and love. Shout out to the Let's Talk Football Ladies Takeover that the show goes on. This show is important to all the shows. I mean, this is a staple show. So I'm excited that you guys tuned in, and we all hope that you guys tune in next week.